All right, on this side, I'm just gonna talk you through them, but then I'm gonna let you do these on your own. Do these together or whatever, work with partners. So again, I'm using my notes. I'm going through and I'm, sorry, I had to grab my notes, but I'm going through and I'm checking these based off of my notes. So I'll try to zoom this out as much as possible. So I have a -3. It is on the outside, so I go right here, it's outside. Am I adding or subtracting, changing the sign, or multiplying? Well, it's like by a parenthesis, so that's multiplying. Is a greater than 1 or less than 1? Well, 1/3 is less than 1. So that is, outside is a vertical shrink, right? Okay, so I write that down. I know I'm going to get a vertical shrink. Now, the only other thing in here is the -3. That's on the inside of the absolute value. So now I go up here, I'm looking on the inside. And that is adding or subtracting, right? They're not multiplying this, and it's not a sign change. It's adding or subtracting. So it's -3, so minus goes to the right. Right 3. So I already know what's going to happen here. It's going to be a vertical shrink, and it's going to move right 3. So it's going to go right here, it's going to be here, and it's going to be shrunk down. So it's going to be a really flat V. All right, look at number 2. Same idea. You're still trying to take every part and find it on your notes. So like right here on this one, I have the +1 there. Right, +1 is on the inside. So I go to the inside. They're adding, so that moves to the left 1. Okay, then they have a +2 on the outside. So I go to the outside. They have a +2. That's adding again. So it's up 2. So this is the same typical V that we normally get. But now instead of starting here, it moves left 1, up 2. It didn't stretch or shrink, so it's going to always be 1 by 1. And I'm done. Like, it didn't stretch or shrink. And you can find the domain and range, the intercepts. Like I already labeled it. There's only 1. Look at 3. 3 has a negative on the outside. That's a sign change. It's changing the sign of whatever's on the inside. So, and it's a outside sign change. That is a flip over the x-axis or vertical flip. Okay, the 2 is a separate thing. 2 is separate from negative. They're multiplying this x by 2, but it's still on the outside, and they're multiplying. And 2 is bigger than 1, so this is a stretch, a vertical stretch. Okay, and then I still have this +3 on the inside. So it's on the inside, and I'm adding. Plus goes to the left, so it's left 3. So it's a vertical flip, so it's going to point down. It's going to move left 3. It's going to start here. And it's going to stretch it times 2. So we would normally go right 1, left 1, but it's going to be 2 times. So right 1, left 1, but it'll be 2. Right? It's longer going down. And so right 1. Those should be my answers if I check them. And I can check them. I can put a 0 in there. What's 0 plus 3? It's just 3. Take the absolute value, makes it +3, times -2 is -6. So at 0, -6. So I can check those points, but now go in, make sure you find domain and range, draw the picture, and all that. Okay, now we're trying to figure out what is the equation using the same notes. So here's my V shape. Notice the V shape is still 1 by 1, so it's not, it hasn't been stretched and it hasn't been shrunk. It's still the same exact V shape. Move it up and see if I can get these together. Sorry, I got too many papers around here. Okay, so now I got that right there, and I'm using my notes. Okay, it moved, all it did is the regular V shape, it's pointing up. All it did is move to the right 3. So if it moved to the right 3, I know I'm gonna subtract on the inside. So this is absolute value of X, but I'm gonna subtract the 3 that it moved over, minus 3. That's it. If it just moves, that's fine. Now this one's a little bit more, right? Look at this one. Instead of going 1, it goes 2 over, right? It's always 2 over. Or, I mean, 2 up. Every time it goes right, it goes up 2. So that means they've multiplied by 2, right? This is a vertical stretch. So it is multiplied by 2. It's pointing up, so it's positive. So you just put 2 absolute value. Put X there. Now the vertex moved over here. It moved to 3 to the left, right? So it's left 3, down 2. Okay, so left 3, down 2. The left 3 is right here. It goes left 3. That's a inside adding. So it's plus 3 on the inside. And close the absolute value. And then it moved down 2. Down 2 is subtracting on the outside. So it's minus 2 on the outside. Okay? And it got vertically stretched. Right? There is a way you can get this different. Instead of vertically stretched, I could say this was horizontally compressed, right? I could say it got squeezed in together instead of stretched tall-wise. If we said it was horizontally shrunk, right? I would go here on the inside and I would say horizontal. To shrink it, it would have to be a number greater than 1. So all I would do is put the 2 on the inside. It would be kind of the same thing. Okay? But when we're looking at this, we want to find the quickest way. And most of us think in terms of vertical. So you try 2 and 3. I mean 2 and 4.